Newsfirst Newsline with Faraz Shaukatali.
Hello there and a very good morning. It's the 20th of March 2017. This is Newsline. I'm Sonali Vanikapatike sitting in for host Faraz Shaukatali, who will be back with you next week. Our guest this morning is the President of the Bar Association of Sri Lanka, Mr. U.R. De Silva, who has constantly strived to raise the bar. Let's say good morning to Mr. De Silva. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
It's great to see you on a Monday morning.
Yes.
So a very melodramatic turn of events and a melodramatic Bar Association election, wouldn't you say?
Why you said dramatic? Because I was expecting this result. But anyhow, we were working very hard. And
the elections were postponed once.
That's right. That is one reason where we thought that we would be able to get maximum out of the postponement. Unfortunate incident, there was some misunderstanding. So anyhow, our Deputy President, Mr. Salia Pires, and Secretary Mamal Randenia did their best to convince the judges, and I'm very happy and I'm proud to say that Bench Bar stood for this election also. They came forward and they were very helpful to the Bar Association. Anyhow, they are also members of the bar.
So a lot hangs in the balance. Let's first deal with the elephant in the room. Laws delays. This is one question that has been talked of at several fora. However, laws delays continue to happen on a daily basis. How do you plan to tackle this issue?
Only thing is, now when you say laws delays, you think that it's very easy to control it by saying that day-to-day trials should be done. Unfortunately, there was a circular, but Bar Association was managed to adjust it to some extent, and my proposals are there because I said from the beginning that if you are going to have day-to-day trials, firstly you should have a pre-trial stage, which was accepted by the Civil Procedure Code Committee, and now I suppose that Criminal Procedure Code Committee also will recognize it. What I said was, before we start the trial, we should be able to discuss with either party. Both parties should be there before the judge, and then discuss what sort of evidence they are going to lead, and whether the witnesses are available, and if so, then whether we are in a position to call them immediately, and then the productions are available or the documents are available, whether there is a shortcut possible, what are the main things we should consider to argue, because there in criminal law there's a section called 420 where we can admit a lot of things and we can go for the crucial point. And Civil Procedure Code also, there is a provision like that. So what I say is that if you are going to have day-to-day trial, firstly we should find out whether we are in a position to go ahead with the trial. Unless what will happen is, unless we do that, what will happen is we go to court, and then once the case is called, the State Council or the prosecution counsel will stand up and say, my witnesses are not available, and then my productions are not available. What will happen? Automatically it should be postponed. So when a private bar lawyer, a defense lawyer, unofficial bar lawyer, he goes there and say, I am ready for the trial for the whole week. So unfortunately we have to go back again. So then I don't think it's a proper way of solving the problem, but we can do so. Before that, if we are in a position to curtail this to some extent and then start going and finish this.
Mr. De Silva, we've seen throughout this legal process in Sri Lanka, there are antiquated laws which need reform. We have litigants on the one hand who are not aware of their legal rights, their obligations. And on the other hand, we have a system riddled with delays. So how do we sort of bring all of these together and ensure that we act expeditiously?
It's a good question you ask, because Bar Association is the only association can come forward and help that problem to be solved there. Because if you are going to solve that problem, you have to be vigilant and you have to be very careful with the old laws. And I must thankful to Vijay Dasa Rajapaksa, President Council, the Minister concerned. Now he has decided to amend all unnecessary, unwanted laws, and then he has appointed several committees. Up to now also he has done something. So that shows if a bar is ready to help the authorities, then surely we are in a position to do some sort of things which are very helpful to the litigants. And as far as you quite correctly asked, as far as the litigants are concerned, it is the duty of the bar to educate them. So in the first instance, what I would do is I will have a proper bar association website where you can find everything. It should be done in both every language, and if you put a button, click a button, and then you can find out everything in that website. So far we haven't done that, but it's an essential thing. And in fact, yesterday I had a discussion with one of my friends who had the knowledge of this type of thing. So we thought it's the best way of doing it, and which I should include that in our diary as well, where what are the websites you can go in and find out. So the lawyers will come to know that, and we will give publicity to the litigants to come to know what sort of laws are there for them to get their problems solved. And then the Legal Aid Commission they are doing a very good job, and I am a commissioner of that commission. So we have to get their services and then try to give maximum for the litigants to find out and come to know their problems, and then how are they going to solve those problems.
So would it be correct for me to say that as the new president of the Bar Association of Sri Lanka, you are giving an undertaking that you will ensure that there's a fully updated website in Sinhala, Tamil and English for litigants to access within the next few months?
Of course, because I have already started. I am not a person where to wait till all committees are appointed, because if you are doing a correct thing, a proper thing, you don't have to worry, you don't have to fret. So what I would suggest to the Bar Council on the next day, that we are ready with this and you give your consent to me and I will go over it. So delays should be the main concern earlier also. So they promised, but they are not implementing it. So it was an essential thing where we should take immediate action as far as these laws delays are concerned.
How do you plan to tackle the issue of a large plethora of students passing out of universities, not just the Sri Lanka Law College or the Sri Lankan universities, but also students who have done their London LLB, for example, or overseas degrees? We're having an influx of lawyers, so do they even have the necessary seniors to sort of frequent in chambers? What are you planning to do about this, Mr.
It's a serious problem because now at the moment we are having a lot of lawyers in our profession. Last time we had 800 members coming in. So then I was told next year 1,200. So what are we going to do? Are we going to say you come and stay, you do whatever you want? Then you are degrading the profession. We are talking about a noble profession. So there should be a limitation. And then if we are not providing them the necessary education. That is not the education where the LLB degree is concerned or the law college is concerned. Though what I am talking is about the practical knowledge.
Sure.
So the apprenticeship period, we call it as apprenticeship period, for 6 months we are doing nothing. My suggestion would be there should be a proper guidelines and there should be proper educational program that is all about the practical aspects. An important factor would be in our law there are various areas. Now we are concerned about the magistrate court, high court and district court, that's all. So all lawyers who are coming there, they want to be there. But there are various avenues where they can go in and earn a lot of money as well. So what we are going to do is we would be having a special educational programs, and now in a few days time this our HNB bank where it is situated in our building, they are moving. So we are going to have a separate professional education programs in that area. So we are going to have it, and we will be giving them the maximum, and then we will talk to the seniors as well. If they are not in a position to have them inside their chambers, what we will do is we will call them to our bar association and have a dialogue with the young juniors. So then they would be able to give more and more experiences that they have.
The Bar Association of Sri Lanka has over the recent past come under criticism for accepting foreign funding for programs. How do you view this?
I don't think you can criticize that, because some people, they just come in and they criticize everything. But constructive criticism is very important. What I suggest is, now I was the secretary of the Bar Association in 2008 to 2010. I was working with the UNDP and we did a good job to the Bar Association. We need some funds, but the fact remains whether we are going to listen to them and adjust ourselves according to their views. No, we can't do that. What we must do is we should have a proper program and then tell them what we are going to do. Please help us. After evaluating our program, and then if they are of the view that it's a viable thing, and certainly they are, I think they don't, they will help us. They don't say that no, you should act on that. Because if we say please help us, then they will come out with a structured program. So I don't think it should be done in that sense. What we should do is we must get their maximum and give our services to our lawyers.
How challenging do you think it will be to ensure the independence of the Bar Association of Sri Lanka and ensuring that it is not politicized in the future? Because most of our institutions face this threat of politicization.
In fact, right through the whole era, I think we are of the view that Bar Association should be a non-political body. I think my predecessors have done it to some extent and they have done their duty. So what I should do is I should continue. But everywhere there are some people. Now in this election also I have been branded as a PA member, which I am not a member of the PA and I didn't do anything to the PA. In the election also I did nothing, and if I were a PA member by this time I am a President Council, so I never went behind them. And now according to this election results, you will find out they went on the basis ours is a UNP candidate. They went on that basis. But unfortunately, most of the lawyers, our colleagues, have decided that we should vote for the person who has worked for the bar association.
Mr. De Silva, since you brought up the election again, it was a rather closely fought election, although over 10,000 voters are registered to vote. It was only about 3,000 votes that came in for you. So it was a rather closely fought election.
Only thing is now, this normal happening would be that our lawyers, they are not in a position to, or they are not in a good mood to come and vote for a particular person. Most of them are of the view that the bar association is not doing anything. And then because of this mudslinging campaign also, they thought that why should we go and involve in this. So that is the very reason they were not participating. But I am satisfied with the way that they have handled, because I got 3,000 odd people voting, and I got the majority of nearly 400, 399. So almost 400. So I am satisfied with it, and that shows that clear majority is there. But as you said, closely contested means that our team went on the basis of positive campaigning, and unfortunately the other side went on the basis of negative campaign. So they sling mud at me, and they wanted to show that their candidate, they don't have, he doesn't have anything to show.
However, now that the election is done and dusted, so you will be the president of the Bar Association for everyone.
Yes, I must say that, because you asked that question, I answered. But I am of the view that up now I want to say that I don't want to continue with that. What I say is, I am the president of all our members. So I will say, whether you supported or not, you are my friends, and I am there to help you. So anybody can come and say, they don't want to say, I voted for you. No. Even if you have voted for the other side, that's the end of the matter. So what we are going to do is, we are going to work together and uplift the bar. That's all I want.
How do you think a lawyer's role should now change, given the fact that alternate dispute resolution is also very popular? For example, arbitration, mediation, conciliation. Is it not important for lawyers to also keep those in mind, other than going into litigation?
Yes, that's the best way of solving problems, because it is very easy for us to say, go and file the case, which we don't want to say. What I feel is that mediation is the most important thing, because now the minister has already decided to increase the parameters, right? So then now a lot of people can go for mediation. They don't want to think that since we are not in a position to spend a lot of money for lawyers, we are deprived of getting the benefit. So they don't. I don't think they will hereafter they will think of that way, because the mediation board can do a lot of things. But anyhow, we should give maximum publicity for the litigants to come to know that there are various ways of solving these problems. Even the police can do something to the benefit of the litigants. They each and every case, if they are going to file in courthouses, then I don't think it's the proper way of handling the matters. So the education programs should be adapted, and Bar Association is there because, as you know, that Law Week is the very important concept which we did it last month, and we are going to continue with, in collaboration with the Legal Aid Commission. So by doing that itself, we are in a position to help a lot of people outside the Colombo area to get the maximum out of it, and they don't have to come to Colombo. Legal Aid Commission has a lot of branches, each and every courthouse. So we are promoting and asking the litigants to go there, and they can get the services done. Only thing is, there are some restrictions as far as the cases are concerned. But we are ready to give educational program, and we are ready to help them by showing them the ways they should adjust themselves with regard to their problems. But when they want to file their cases, there are some restrictions.
As Bar Association President, how do you plan to deal with the procedural delays in our legal system? For example, if a lawyer goes to courts to get a set of certified copies in a case, it takes quite some time to get it. I mean, this is the constant struggle that lawyers have to face, litigants have to face, and also deal with the attitudes of persons in the registry. Now, we have the Right to Information Act being passed, and the government officers being promoted to sort of inculcate a culture of being open and not secretive. So on the other hand, we have this system riddled with procedural delays as well.
Certainly,
so
certainly.
How can we deal with this, sir?
That's a good question, because we have to answer that question immediately. As you know, that if you are going to get the proceedings in weeks' time, so how are we going to prepare ourselves for the cases? So what we are going to suggest is we should have some sort of programs or the seminars for the people who are working there, that is the staff. So the Secretary of the Justice Ministry, he is very helpful to the Bar Association, and he told me in various instances, you organize that type of seminars to enhance their knowledge and change their attitude, as you quite correctly pointed out. The attitude should be changed, because the judges are of the view it's a sacred document, and the staff is also think that it's a sacred document. No, now the bill is there and it has been passed by the Parliament, so anybody can go there and ask for a certified copy of the order. So you can't delay that, and most of the cases it's being computerized. So why can't they issue immediately? And if they are ready to pay the amount, you can do it immediately. So we will certainly go there and discuss with the ministry as well as the staff, and then come to a proper mechanism to issue those certified copies as soon as possible. And what I am going to suggest is, even if the judge is going to deliver a judgment, he should have 2 copies apart from the original. He should have 2 copies to be given to the either party, and it helps one of the parties who are not satisfied with the order straight away go and prepare for the petition or appeal. And furthermore, I will discuss with the minister and then come to some sort of understanding e-filing system. So the lawyer can, at his residence, he can type the petition or appeal and send it across the registry by way of email.
So this e-filing system, how do you propose to sort of table this proposal? Do you wish, how are you going to do this?
So that is why I told you that we have to have a dialogue with the Minister of
Justice.
Minister of Justice, and then I think they are ready to do so. Only thing is, Bar Association should take them to that position. And if we suggest that, and then now since the computers are available with the judges, very recently a lot of computers were given free of charge to the judges. So they are equipped with the computers, and they are ready to do so. So if they are ready to have the judgments delivered, then what they should do is immediately they should give the copies to the either party. So it's very easy, but we are not going to do it. And for the bail applications also, if the judge is of the view that bail should be granted, it's very easy to communicate with the relevant courthouse by way of emailing that. So we don't have to get certified copies and then get it delivered to the other courthouse. So we must have some sort of a mechanism to curtail these unwanted delays.
So you're saying that procedural delays can be overcome by using technology as well.
That's right. And then changing the attitude as well.
Right. Okay. Also, Mr. De Silva, we find that Sri Lanka is blessed with a large number of legal luminaries, retired judges who are very knowledgeable in the law. However, we don't seem to have be having a mechanism where we use this knowledge to, for example, enhance the system. Don't you think that as BASL president you can do something about this, to put in a mechanism, a methodology whereby these resources, these valuable resources are used to better the profession?
I am thankful to you. I have already done it, because the other day when I went to see Chief Justice, newly appointed, so I made a courtesy call to him. And then I had a discussion with him. In that discussion, I specifically mentioned I need retired judges, and then I need the judges to come to our seminars. So what the Chief Justice told me was that you contact the judges' institution and get their help with those judges, retired judges, who have vast knowledge of this area, and you go with them, and automatically the judges who are there, who are working in those areas, will come to those seminars. It will help to have bar bench meetings, and it will help to discuss the problems, and then it will be beneficial to the lawyers as well as to the litigants, because we know what are the problems we have in those areas. And then if we want to enhance their knowledge, we can give the maximum support for the junior lawyers to become good lawyers of those areas.
We've come to the final few minutes of the program, so one of my final questions to you is, do you think that this legal system, this adversarial legal system in Sri Lanka needs a reform process completely?
Not actually completely. Now we have a lot of good things in our system. So what we should do is, are we ready to go ahead with it? Or else we will stick to some sort of area and say that loss delays are there and standards have come down. So those are, I think, the only words. If you are ready to work, if you are ready to change your attitudes and proceed, certainly we are in a position to help to this community. Because
we haven't had a process of reformation, a law reform committee for the entire set of laws, right? Yes, for the longest time. So don't you think the time is right to do that? That's right. So what I would suggest is, there are some areas we should change, and then already it had been done and it is continued to do that. So the ministries continue to do that. But what we should do is, even if the changes are there, if we are not ready to do that, if we are not, if our attitudes are not being changed, then what will happen? Same thing is there. It's lying there. So, but the Bar Association should come forward and then say that this is high time to proceed and go forward and show to the world that our legal system is strong, and the judges are strong and they are ready to work. We are also ready to work. So it means that people will come to know the system is going or continuing. So that shows that they are not going to think that we don't get anything from the litigation. So we should have that proper system and then continue to do so. My final question to you is, as newly elected President of the Bar Association of Sri Lanka, are you hopeful that you can in fact raise the bar? Certainly, certainly. I have done it when I was
to some extent. I have done it when I was the secretary to Mr. W. Dayaratna, President Council. So we work together as a team. Now I am going to work as a team. So on the 25th of this month, the executive committee and my deputy president and the assistant, the treasurer will be appointed. After that, we will have a good team. So with that team, we are proceeding, we are marching towards the benefit of our members, and that's why I said I am confident that I would be able to uplift the bar, because there is this that's the proper forum, platform is there. My predecessors have done it, and I want to uplift it to some extent to show the world that the Bar Association has done something.
Thank you very much
Thank you
for
so
joining
much.
us on this edition of Newsline, Mr. U.R. De Silva, newly elected President of the Bar Association of Sri Lanka. That's a wrap from Newsline. We'll see you again tomorrow.